It's the nervous wait in the waiting room. Oh, what's going to happen? Morning, tubers. Here I am in the truck at the test centre, ready to go. We're parked outside the test centre because there's quite a few trucks ready to go on their tests. I think I've got about half an hour before my test, so we'll let some of those trucks go out on the road and then we'll go in, park up, then I'll wait for my examiner and then crack on, get out there and get it done. I'm pretty confident. I've just been on an hour and a half run around parts of some routes. Traffic's ramping up now. As I say, it's, what are we looking at now? Time wise, I think it's about 10 past 8 now. I haven't got a clock in front of me and my phone's on videos, I can't tell you. About 10 past 8 now. So I've got half an hour, and the traffic's getting busy around Cardiff Way and Bridgend, but not too bad. I mean, the busier the roads, the better, really, because you spend longer in traffic than you do actually doing the driving, and you can only do an hour on the test. So it works in your advantage if you go slow and you take it easy. So wish me luck, and my next video will be with the results of my test. Speak to you later. Drop the bloody phone. Tubers, hello again. So just returned from my test on the class 1, and I failed. Yeah, it went really well to start with. I didn't have a problem, I don't think. It was going really well. I was even having a good chat with the examiner. It was going really well. He was talking a bit too much, and at one point I said to him, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop talking now, I can't concentrate, because he was talking about his life and asking me about my work and all that stuff. So I said, oh, we're gonna have to stop talking. That wasn't why I failed, but it was taking some attention away from my driving. So anyway, he was all right still. He said, yeah, no problem. He said, sorry to distract you. And we carried on and going around the bit going through Cardiff and all around Cardiff was fine. That was all good, no problems there. And we came to an industrial estate, and we were going through the industrial estate nicely, fine. All loads of roundabouts and bits and pieces were going on, changing lanes and stuff, got all that well. And then we came to one roundabout, and it wasn't a mini roundabout, but it was a small roundabout, so it was tight, and straight road, two-way, and I'm approaching the roundabout, and there's a car going around the roundabout, and he didn't have any indicators on, and I watched him, and he continued to go down the road I was coming out of. Fine. Then all of a sudden he turned, and as if he was going to turn into me, and he whacked his right hand indicator on, and he was obviously going to attempt a U-turn right behind me, but it looked like he was going to just turn into me. So I glanced round to him, watched what he was doing, and he just stopped just before he clipped into me. And then a split second it was, and I looked up. As I looked up, coming from the right hand side turning of the roundabout, as I'm looking at it, this poxy little fucking silver Clio, I think it was, came out of that turning. He was sort of partially hidden by my mirrors. I'm not making excuses, but when you drive these things, you'll see for yourself, you've got a heap of mirrors in front of you, and then you've got your pillar, and then you've got your screen, and the examiner's sat over on the left hand side. He's got all that vision, and he saw this car coming round before I did, and he had to shout stop at me. I would have hit him. There's no getting out of that. I would have hit this boy, because he come round there too quick for me to avoid him. And the examiner saved his bloody car, because I would have stoved that thing in. I was only doing about 20, if that, pulling out of a roundabout. But that's a lot of weight. And yeah, I had to do an emergency stop, handbrake on, and I was already over the line of the roundabout. And he went round with a couple of feet to spare, just missed, he went past me. So I knew straight away that's the end of the test. But that was only sort of 25 minutes into it, half hour into it. And what's been going on, as I said before, is they turn you round and take you straight back. But he didn't do that with me. I had no doubt I'd failed, because that's a serious failure. You know, I've seen lots of YouTube videos of guys on there. If any of you watch this, I see what you're talking about now. Even big roundabouts that have got lots of trees and bushes in amongst it. You can't see what's coming round. But in this instance, my attention was distracted by this one doing a U-turn to the side of me. If I'd have been looking at that roundabout like I did with every other roundabout, I would have seen this bloke. But there we go. So we continued going on around the course, and I thought, well, why aren't you taking me back? Perhaps he's borderline, thinking of borderline, you know. I'm thinking, no, it's done. So we carried on, and then we get to a dual carriageway downhill, and the vehicle's trying to push on, so I'm keeping it back from speeding. Keep the speed limits to how they should be. That was all good and fine. And there's a set of lights with a crossroads, and we're approaching this set of lights. It's green, you know what I'm going to say. And then right on the point of no return, it goes amber. So I'm looking around me, and I haven't got really time to look around too much, because if something comes out of the right hand side or the left hand side, I'm going to be holding them up, and that's a failure. So I've got two choices of a split second: gun it through these lights, or stop. And I thought I had just enough time to stop before the line, which I did. But it was an emergency stop. And of course, ABS is kicking in, everything's hissing and banging away. The instructor's like being held back by his belt. And we stop. And I look in the left-hand mirror, and the trailer's at an angle. So that trailer wheel's locked up behind us. It should have had ABS, so that was flashing at us on the driving before the test. ABS failure. But all that went off, so I thought, okay, that's going to be fine. And my trainer, he said, we'll get that looked at later. I said, okay, fair enough. Is it all right? He said, yeah, it'll be all right. It wasn't. I slammed my brakes on at that set of traffic lights, and the trailer was starting to come round on me. Luckily, the camber was quite a light camber, and it put the trailer over towards the curb. It didn't put it over into the traffic, which was on my right. So that was another serious failure. In hindsight, and everybody at the training unit where I've just come back to has said to me, oh no, you should have sailed through them lights. But that set of lights, the examiner said to me, whatever you do, don't go through that at an amber, or obviously a red. But if it's going amber, don't push on. It'll fail you. Make sure you stop, because these lights, they go very often. They go quickly, I think is what he meant by that. So I was ready for them to go, and they didn't. So I thought, let's do it, let's carry on. And no, caught me out. Anyway, there we go. That's life. Really confusing, really frustrating. But I don't need the class 1 for this job I've just taken on. I can, you know, it is for class 2 rigids. So I'm not really angry about it. I'm pissed off and disappointed that I failed, and it feels weird to fail a test. But there you go. So my next video will probably be me back here redoing the test. So watch this space. Again, thanks for watching. Please click like if you like my videos. Give us a thumbs up. And the subscribe thing, if any of you are thinking, I ain't fucking subscribing and paying you money. You don't pay any money. It's not a subscribe like you get when you know, with your iTunes or Netflix, and you subscribe, don't you? And you have to pay a monthly fee and stuff like that. This YouTube subscription, it's not a subscription where you pay any money. It's not like that. All it means is you click on subscribe, and you'll get updates of when my next video comes up, or whoever you subscribe to. If you're not used to YouTubing, yeah, when you hit subscribe, all it does is tell you when the next video's out, or any kind of news about my channel, if I put it out there, and the subscribers will get that before anybody else. So there you go. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you're happy, thumbs down if you think it's crap, and always comment. If you've got a comment, please leave a comment. Like I said on the other video, I always read what you say, and I'll comment back, and we can go from there. So, a 4-hour drive home now. I'm going to break it up with a breakfast because I'm starving, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, I think. No, it's not. What am I talking about? 20 to 11 in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a brunch on the way back. Speak to you soon. Thanks for watching.